Hi Collective, welcome to the channel, Cosmic Divine Seeker. Hi everyone. So this is going to be a collective reading that I'm doing for all of you. Alright, so it's going to be for my star family, my soul family, galactic realm is going to be overseeing this reading. The angels, my guides, and spiritual teachers, shamans, gurus, as I call them all, and the gods and the goddesses as well. Right? So, yes. I feel very excited about this reading because I've definitely received the enlightenment of the downloads that have came in after Lionsgate, and I don't know if just collectively, now that we're all awakening to this and on the same page, I feel realizing this, that we're coming out with it, or if just some of us have realized that, because I know that I was picking it up in pieces. And the way it was coming out, it was so close, but I wasn't fully seeing it. I guess it's going to make sense to you if you're on that level. Is that the collective consciousness that we're tapping into, right? That we're ascending to, the shift and everything is putting us on the same paradigm. Okay, so we're really connecting on levels that we're realizing that we're all, we've always known that we're all very much interconnected, but it's like we're realizing that we're kind of putting the pieces together as we connect with our soul family. We're really starting to connect a lot and realize that they're more an extension, a version of ourselves, and it's like if realizing that your soul, just like with the twin flame, has, collective, you've heard that the twin flame, that it's split, right? Well, this soul family, it's like realizing that when you're merging to your soul family, you're putting together last pieces of like a collective soul, right? It's really changing things because there's been this change, these new contracts. I don't know if it's, it's being revealed to me at this time, so for me to be able to make sense of it, like it comes in phases and it flows, because I get distracted a lot, right? I've got a lot going on, I'm a mom of 4 while trying to build this business, right? And still trying to establish foundations and boundaries and all this stuff. Anyway, so what I'm getting at is that I think it's more the ones that wanted new contracts, the ones that realized maybe part of their journey with their twin. I don't know why I'm having trouble explaining this. Like, I did a reading this morning because I was sitting there and I was meditating on my twin flame journey, right? And why I've gotten, like, is it just the channel messages that I've been receiving, or is this my story? Like I don't get it. I've always felt as though I was on like a corrupted twin flame mission, because it's like I knew I was with my twin, but it's like it kept going back and forth, right? Or like it felt like we'd be in alignment, then out of alignment, and like I just couldn't understand it, right? And so, I was getting a lot of help on that and everything. And even in that reading that I had done months ago, I talked about, it was like I was getting that my soul, or our soul, had broken apart into other beings, like some were left behind from a previous lifetime, and that it's like I split again and came in for a rescue mission. So there was like multiple pieces, and so when I was giving that message, I'm like, oh my gosh, like nobody's gonna understand this. I was like, I called it like a triple mission, right? Because it's like I was picking up a lot, realizing that there could be new contracts, and it's like they were trying to lead me that way, but it wasn't clear enough to me. I don't even know if any of this is making sense right now, but it's like the collective consciousness is when you elevate higher, you start to realize more how connected everything is. And a lot of readers I was talking about yesterday are picking up on this collective consciousness, because we're starting to mirror a lot of the same energies and messages and things, because we're really tapping into this energy, right? But it's like we're all pieces much bigger soul. All right, and it's like we're starting to bring those fragments together. You're starting to realize that like your soul family and the merging, like, and you're just really starting to understand a lot more of the interconnectedness. So I don't know, that was exciting to me, because it's like I know I've been just so like focused on like my mission work, and you know, and also my twin journey, and healing my bloodlines and my family, and you know, and I've really been realizing that like your blood family, you know, like we do the healing sometimes by separating ourselves from them, by stopping the hurt, stopping the chain of things, right? And that some things are just so far out of our control. And like there really is blueprints, right? That it's like you have free will, but some of these things are playing out. They're beyond how you feel, because it's like everything is so interconnected, and it's like sometimes you have to go through a sacrifice for somebody within your family, and you could be getting used to clear out some karma for somebody else. And it's kind of like that energy. It's like say your mother or your father like was not a very good parent to you, was very narcissistic, very hurtful, or whatever, and you know, all their life like they knew that, and they wanted a second chance. They wanted a chance at redemption, to be able to fix that. Maybe they did something wrong with you, or with, I'm going to kind of put this in to get Harvard fitting, but maybe they did something wrong with you. I'll just do it that way. And they wanted to make right by you, so they had said like, well, I'm going to make right by my grandchildren. Like I want to be able to fix this. I want to be able to do right. Like, you know, I couldn't do right by my children, so I'm going to do right by my grandchildren. Right? So it's kind of like that was kind of predetermined. In the universe's interconnectedness will work and blend things and the best favors. So sometimes it's like, say, you know, like your child, or maybe you were, something was supposed to be made right by you by some sort of, it's like you had to, it was kind of predetermined for you to go through certain struggles, because you were actually had karma that was embedded in your DNA from your parents, but maybe like your grandparents are supposed to clear that out for you. I'm explaining it like it's coming in funny. I don't think it's making sense to me, right? Like, I'll put it in my perspective. Like, I really feel that like my daughter, she was clearing out karma for me and for her dad's side of the family. So, you know, she was clearing out karma in my bloodlines and in her father's. So, like, she was giving her maternal grandmother and her paternal grandmother, both of them, a chance at redemption. She kind of got double karma. So she cleared out both of them within a year's time. It's amazing. But it's like they both had a chance at redemption, and they both failed. And at the same time, like, it taught all of us. You know, it showed the trauma that went to her that I needed healing from. She healed the trauma within her maternal grandmother and her paternal grandmother. You know what I mean? And it's like, and she doesn't even realize it. She's in the process of healing herself right now, but you see what I mean? That Star Child did. So sometimes it's missed, you know, but it really doesn't. And sometimes you're healing something, you don't even realize it. Like, you know, for the longest time, like, I was so upset because I was like, I had to let her go. I had to let her go to her grandmother's and work with them, and she had to disconnect from me, and she had to, you know, but her disconnecting from me actually had me, you know, look at myself and how things were and realize that, oh my gosh, like, yeah, I haven't been showing her enough love because of the deep traumas that I have, but I was really carrying these around, and then it was allowing me to heal these things, whatever. So it's like, since I didn't heal the trauma, it went on, passed on to my daughter, and now, but she is the warrior that stepped up and healed it all. And how it's healing it all is, I know it healed me, and she's in the process of being healed. As far as her grandmother's, I still think that they're going to be in the process of healing. And you know what? And even if they don't heal from it, it's going to show them in time, or if it doesn't, either way, it stops with her. And her healing that before she goes on and have children, it stops. Do you see what I mean? All right, so I just had to put my personal situation. I was trying not to because I want to, but I'm also getting heavily watched on my channel, let's say that, and I don't like, I kind of want people to figure it out for themselves, but at the same time, it's how it came out. It's like it was coded, but then I decided to come out with it, right? So there's an example of it. I hope that made sense. So that's heavily on my mind, right? But yeah, there's a lot of interworkings of the universe. So that's what I mean. Like, it was almost like predetermined. And it was also clearing out of trauma for me, because when I was a teen, I tried to emancipate myself. I tried to get away from the trauma. I tried to do everything on my own, and I couldn't. And like, my father he did everything in his power to stop that and not let that happen, you know? So it was kind of like, it was neat. Like, it was kind of one of those things, like, I knew I had to let her go to vindicate, like, for her, for that freedom, you know, to give her something that I didn't have. So it was setting something free from me, and it was for her to heal. But it's like, it took me 9 months to realize that, you know? So sometimes you don't know why things are happening, but it was like it was predetermined, you know? It's like, you know what, there were other people at play here. She was doing her work, clearing out karma on both sides of her family within her bloodlines, and I didn't even realize the work that she was doing, and I don't even think she realized the work that she was doing. Not yet, you know? She's only 16, but anyways, very powerful, beautiful stuff. So there's a lot of interworkings, and hidden things are coming out, and I hope that made sense. I had no idea that's how this was going to come out. When once I tap in, so he starts, just comes out with this stuff. But I pull in my cards. I said I was going to do a starseed reading, but I have been playing and holding this angel deck. So let's get some cards from the angel. They just fell in my lap. Let's see. Well, the sun is here. That's what I mean. There's major healing that's going on here. Right? 4 of air. That's where I feel like it's this place of healing. Yeah, see? And heightened intuition. We get a lot of realizations of why things happen. So like I said earlier, and I often say it in my readings, that sometimes you don't realize why things are happening. And you have to just go through them. Sometimes things are out of your hands. You don't know why. You will see it in hindsight, right? Sometimes some divinely guided separations need to happen to preserve things too, you know? And just like, even though I was talking about the twin situation like that, that might not be, that's not everybody's situation, right? I mean, it's mine. And I've been talking a lot about a corrupted twin flame journey, you know, and like, so my soul's been has been broken apart many times, and I don't know if everybody's is that way, you know, but mine is. So I don't know. Take it however you feel it fitting. But look, High Priestess and the Empress, somebody's definitely gotten into Empress status and has an abundant new beginning coming, because they're very intuitive, very spiritual, have done the healing. 5 of Fire. There was a lot of conflicts and competition. There were a lot of things that were, you know, allowing you not to see things, right? Because a lot of things get disguised. Sorry, guys. It's like really warm in here. I don't like the fan blowing on my shirt. But there's this big awakening and realization of letting go of past hurts. You just got to realize that there really is a divine plan. There's so much inner workings and interconnectedness, far more than you could ever know. I feel at one given time, like there's levels to understanding by levels of consciousness. And it's like, you can literally like explain this stuff. That's why some readings just, they may go way over your head. They may not make sense whatsoever until you get to a level, and then you may go, oh my gosh, like I remember that reading, and you may come back to it. Or it's something, maybe watching it a couple times, you'll pick up more stuff. Or sometimes you got to sit and let things sink in. Just sometimes when you're so focused on one way, you're only going to see it that way, especially if you have healing that's needed. Sometimes you won't see it until the healing is needed, right? depending on the wound too, because the wound can be so deep. Like if you feel so bad, you know, you might not see. Sometimes you can't see the blessing in something until it's done and over. It's just like when a storm is happening and all the chaos is flying around, you don't see why it's happening. And sometimes they're good tower moments that happen that cause realignment, but you're not going to realize that in the moment. You're not going to realize it until everything is done and settled, you know, right? So there's a lot of changes that are happening at this time. Yeah, the Ten of Air was already out and it's right back out. All right, and my light is really bright, so I'll hold it back here. Very painful situations are closing out. There were a lot of challenges and obstacles, because when something is clearing out and it's not done, there's going to keep being blockages and things like that. Things are hidden for a reason. Strong moon energy. And like I said, there's a lot of inner child woundings that are closing out with these 4 super moons in a row following Lionsgate. Well, we've already had 2, but we've got, gee, I'm throwing my cards around, 2 more. See, I need to get some, I need to think for some dragon's blood, some sage. My cards get crazy like this. There's a lot of energy flowing around, so we're gonna cleanse the space. I feel the anxiety and the frustration too. So yeah. I mean, this is some big heavy stuff that we're closing out. And some major realizations are coming in too. It's a very magical time, right? I love Lionsgate. So it's just it's been intense energy this week. Like I don't even know. I've been having trouble grounding myself. I probably need to get some black obsidian, actually, is probably why I realized. Ever since I lost the gemstone on my ring, I've been working with rose quartz and amethyst and working on healing my heart. So yeah, I don't have any grounding crystals on. That's probably why I'm floating away more. I've been trying to realize why. So yeah, if you've been realizing my readings haven't been very put together the last 2 days, that's why. And my grounding crystals normally help me. Message for some of you. Okay. So, yeah. Alright, so trying to get this sage going here. A lot of you could be feeling energy too that are your soul family too. You could be feeling that they're going through things too, so it could call you to clear some things out to help them, because this, you know, we're also interconnected, and a lot of times we're going through a lot of the same things. You could feel bursts of energy too, as they, I know they very much flow energy. Sometimes I have all this energy, I'm like, where did this come from? It's so beautiful, you know. Okay, let's clear that out. Alright, that feels better. Okay. I feel like to quiet down now. I don't know if it's a psychic thing, but sometimes that it'll feel very loud to me. But I know it's what I'm taking in my mind. So even though it's quiet, I'm in a room by myself creating content, but it just seems very loud. Okay, I don't know if that's making sense. Like sometimes I'm just literally shh, and sometimes my kids will be like, Mom, what? Oh my goodness. Because it's like if they're creating noise too, but because there's a lot more going on within my mind. Normally it's around these energies and these portals and these gateways. Maybe there's something going on. What is today? Is it it's the 18th, isn't it? What is it? The 19th. Okay. Maybe there was something with But I was feeling maybe with the 18. I don't know. Let's get some more cards. Let's keep going here. This star. Well, there's something with 8. See, maybe this Lionsgate's officially closing. You know, and I had said that Lionsgate, I feel, is open all of Leo season. A lot of people have said that certain days that it closes, but I kind of feel it's like a major, like closing out of it. Like, things have to destabilize. So there's a big, like, whoosh of energy before. Like, I don't know, and I don't often feel that way about the portals, because it's like, you know, when you're trying to close a door that's really heavy, and there's like a lot of pressure, and it's like you have trouble just closing it the last little bit. I don't know why they just gave me that. There's resistance. It's kind of like there's that going on, because it's like it's coming in flows. I don't know if this is making any sense to anybody. Maybe this is just what's going on with me. I don't know. I don't know. There's definitely a major closing. Here's the renewal, right? Maybe this is supposed to happen. Maybe there's other cosmic alignments I'm unaware of that are going on that are influencing me within my own chart if others aren't feeling this. Sometimes I feel like I get this energy around myself. Other times I feel... Normally I understand it more when it's collectively, I guess. I don't know. Renewal 28 of fire. Things are happening fast, right? This is fast-moving energy. Magician. You're very powerful at this time. Yeah, and then the devil. And balance. You got the ego. In this card, it's, or in this deck, it's the ego. Illusions, dependency, materialism. So you're really closing things out. Balancing, you're learning how to temperance these energies. 2200 as I say that. Alright guys, I'm gonna go. I feel like I gotta spend some time, calm down, recollect, and do another reading. So this kind of took over the channel messages. Anyways, I'm sending love and light to all of you. If you feel guided to more readings, definitely watch them. All right, love and light to all of you. 2221 as they say that, and 2222. All twos. There's something about twos. All right. Love and light to all of you. Bye.